I never thought I'd end up in a place like this. The apartment was in an old, crumbling building on the edge of town, the kind where the walls seemed to lean in like they were listening. Rent was dirt cheap. Too cheap, really, but after losing my job, I didn't have options. The landlord handed me the keys with a weird smile, saying something about the place having character. Character, yeah, right. From the moment I stepped inside, it felt wrong. The air was thick, almost sticky, and the shadows in the corners stretched too far, even in daylight. The floors creaked under my feet like bones shifting, and the windows were fogged with grime that no amount of wiping could clear. But I told myself it was just an old dump. I'd fix it up, make it home. That first night, I couldn't sleep. The bed was lumpy, the room too cold. Around midnight, I felt it, a presence. Not a sound, just this heavy weight in the air, like someone standing over me. I sat up, heart pounding, and there it was, a figure at the foot of the bed. It wasn't solid, more like a shimmer in the dark, tall and thin, with eyes that glowed faintly, like embers in ash. It didn't move, but I knew it was watching. Then, in my head, not a voice exactly, but a clear demand. A drop of blood for the rent. I laughed at first, nerves frayed. Had to be a nightmare. But it didn't go away. The figure just stood there, waiting. My skin prickled, and this chill seeped into my bones. Figuring I'd play along to make it stop, I pricked my finger with a thumbtack from my junk drawer. A single drop hit the floor, soaking in like the wood was thirsty. The figure faded, and the pressure lifted. I shook it off as stress, maybe bad takeout, but deep down, I knew it wasn't. The next night, it came back. Same time, same spot. A drop of blood for the rent. I did it again, quicker this time. The prick stung, but the relief when it vanished was worth it. I started sleeping better after that, or at least pretending to. The apartment felt a little less oppressive during the day, like I'd paid my dues. I even unpacked some boxes, tried to make the place livable. But each night, that figure returned, demanding its drop. My finger scabbed over, then healed, but I kept giving. After a week, things changed. The figure appeared, but the demand was different. 2 drops for the rent. I hesitated, staring at those glowing eyes. Why more? But the air grew heavier, pressing on my chest until I could barely breathe. I squeezed out 2 drops, watching them vanish into the floor. It left, but I felt weaker, drained in a way that sleep couldn't fix. It escalated slowly, night by night. 3 drops, then 5. I switched fingers, then used a knife for cleaner cuts. The figure never explained, never threatened outright. It just waited, and the pressure built until I complied. My hands were a mess of tiny scars, and I started feeling lightheaded during the day, like I'd donated blood too often. The apartment seemed to pulse with satisfaction each time, the shadows retreating a bit. But I couldn't leave. Every time I thought about packing up, this fog settled in my mind, making excuses. The rent was paid, after all. Then came the night it asked for a vial. Not drops, a full vial of my blood. I argued in my head, pleading silently, but it stood there, unyielding. The room grew colder, the walls closing in until I gasped for air. I filled a small glass from the kitchen, slicing my arm deeper than before. The blood swirled down like it was being sucked in, and the figure lingered longer, as if savoring it. I bandaged up, but the weakness hit hard. I could barely stand the next day, my vision blurring at the edges. A few nights later, it demanded more. A cup. I didn't have that much to give without passing out. I tried, cutting deeper, but it wasn't enough. The figure's eyes flared brighter, and the demand shifted. Blood from another, from the neighbors, for the rent. My stomach twisted. No way. But the pressure mounted, a vice on my skull. I lay there sweating, fighting it, until dawn broke and it faded. That day, I avoided everyone, holed up in my room. But night came, and so did it. Blood from the neighbors. I paced, heart racing, but the air thickened until I couldn't think straight. The old lady next door was first, Mrs. Harlan, always baking cookies, leaving them by my door like a welcome. I knocked late, pretending I needed sugar. She let me in, trusting. I don't remember much, just the flash of the knife, her gasp, collecting what I needed in a jar. Not enough to kill her, I told myself, just a bit. She slumped, dazed, as I slipped out. Back in my apartment, I poured it out. The figure absorbed it greedily, the shadows dancing like they were alive. It wanted more after that, not just any blood, specific ones. The young couple upstairs, the guy across the hall. I became a ghost myself, sneaking in the dark, taking what it demanded. Cuts turned to deeper wounds. The neighbors whispered about break-ins, injuries, but no one suspected me. I was the quiet new guy. Each night, the figure grew clearer, more solid, its form twisting into something almost human, with veins pulsing under translucent skin. One night, it asked for a life. All the blood from one, for the rent. I refused at first, but the pressure crushed me, visions flooding my mind, of endless nights, eternal demands. I chose the landlord, the one who'd smiled that weird smile. I lured him over with a complaint about leaks. The struggle was brief, he was old. I dragged him in, let the floor drink him dry. The figure swelled, filling the room, its eyes locking on mine. Now, it's not just demanding, it's promising. More power, more life, if I keep paying. The apartment isn't scary anymore, it's mine, alive with us. But sometimes, in the quiet, I wonder if I'm the tenant or the rent. The figure stands closer each night, whispering in my head, more, always more. And I know, soon, it'll ask for everything.